enjoy, travel, see the world, get your passport, and also like be faith-based. Like everything that you do, I'm telling you, when you start relying on the Lord and have a relationship with God, everything will fall in order in God's timing.
What's going on, family? I know we all been through something, and some of us still probably going through, but we should never allow that to stop our creativity and our expression for passion. Welcome to YoungMinded, the podcast, where we dive into the world of faith, creativity, and entrepreneurship, all the while navigating the highs and lows of this life. So whether you're a dreamer or a doer or somewhere in between, allow us to inspire you and uplift you with our stories to spark your passion. So sit back, relax, and let's get young-minded. Hey, what's going on, family? My name is Xavier Young, and welcome back to episode number 3 of YoungMinded, the podcast. Today, I have my big sister, my baby's godmama. You hear me?
Reese Cup.
You're an entrepreneur. She, what's the cake lady?
Her Sweet Fix.
Her Sweet Fix, all right? She's in the building. She's in the house. What is up, Miss Amber Ellis?
So excited to be here.
I appreciate you for coming.
It's kind of volunteered.
You ain't got no choice.
Right. You didn't give me a choice.
So, really, I want to give y'all a deep dive into my life, all right? Let y'all know who's in my circle. And last week, we got to talk to Dr. Richardson, all right? This week, we got to talk to my sister, the one that had to snap me into shape a couple times, you know what I mean? So yeah.
It went both ways. We were there for each other.
Well,
it went both ways.
And this is not my biological blood sister, because we don't got that many beige people in my family.
Now, wait a minute. You know what? Mama said you said something about the light-skinned folks last week.
Yeah, y'all light-skinners. It's all good. I still love you the same.
What does it matter?
Cause y'all think y'all just suave.
No, but let me tell you. So, I sent out a message at work one day, and this lady, she's starting to work in our market. She was like, she saw my picture. She was like, "Who is this white lady messaging me?" I'm like, "What?"
Shouldn't have been drinking right there.
I try not to get offended, and it doesn't because I've heard it all my life. But then I'm like, "Dang, man, why I can't be a light skinned black girl? Well, I gotta be white girl."
I thought you was Dominican for a long time.
You did. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I thought you was Dominican.
Mexican.
Yeah,
Mexican.
You know what I mean? Because you got a good grade of hair. That good strain.
Until I have to comb it.
Yeah, I see. But
Them
I see your mama hair, though.
Mama hair is nice hair. It's long now.
That's that Indian in her family.
Yes.
That's where she get it from. So, this is the cake lady. I call her the cake lady. Her sweet fix, all right? She has really done all of my cakes. I go to Publix and get them carrot cakes when I feel like being fat and indulgent. But when I want something pretty, something special, this my lady right here.
I'm glad you think my cakes are pretty. I want to learn how to do a carrot cake, though.
Man.
I haven't done one. It's too much work.
I'm
a lazy cake lady.
Come on. How you a lazy cake lady? But I know you got a lot on your plate too, though.
Yeah. So, I don't want to be in the kitchen for hours because I still work full time.
So why choose baking?
Baking chose me.
Okay. So explain that, please. Years
ago, how old was my son? 16. When he was 5, so that's like 11 years ago.
Okay.
Struggling, couldn't buy my birthday cake, so I went and got a box cake, and I made his cake. I made his own cake for him. It's a Spider-Man cake, and I used fondant. And I won't even use fondant now.
I don't know what fondant is.
A lot of people don't like fondant. But, being poor and not being able to provide him a cake, I made it. And, that's how I got pushed into it. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. Mm-hmm. So I would do it on the side. I got burned out real quick doing it because it's tedious. I think the icing beat me up. Making icing, the consistency, it beat me up. So I was like, I'm tired of doing this, and I stopped. But when I moved to Kentucky, first Sunday dinners, I made a red velvet. Then when everybody found it was not, you said it was dry? No.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Shut up. Don't do that.
Insider people, sorry.
You know what? The Lord turned that one around. The Lord said, I will make your enemies your footstool. Your footstool. Okay, anyway. So, people start finding out I can do cakes. I was like, start asking me for cakes. I was like, okay, well, let me do homemade cakes. I don't want to get back into the decorating because the decorating is tedious and it's time consuming. And Chelsea started pushing me. Chelsea, I want this cake. And it kind of fell back in my lap. And I can say business here in the Tennessee, Kentucky state lines been way better than it was when I was back home in Alabama. Like, strangers hit me up all the time. I do some vendor events, but I do my cakes in moderation because I am full-time employed, and I do have 2 babies at home. So, not babies, they're kids.
How old them boys?
They 16 and 8.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids.
Definitely.
And Moon Pie. That's my boy right there.
Definitely.
Hey, Moon Pie is my boy.
That's my baby.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart.
So, what are some challenges? I know there are all type, but what are some challenges that you face as an entrepreneur and a single mother?
Self-care. Finding time to myself. That's a big challenge. And then, of course, being here I live in Kentucky. So being in Kentucky, being away from family, it's hard because I have to take my kids to practice. I have to be here for school, so I'm pulled in different directions. Yeah. They're in a mentor program, make sure they make their meetings. And it's hard for me to be in all these different places at one time. So, and then again, finding time for myself. So that's my biggest challenge. My mind is always going. I don't rest until my kids go to sleep. Then I can take a breather. I know a lot of parents say that when the kids go to sleep, that's when they have their me time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still make my kids go to sleep at a certain time because I need y'all to quiet down.
6:30. 6. We going. No.
I will Peyton's.
No, don't work. No.
My youngest probably like 8:30. My oldest by 10 o'clock shut it down because I need at least an hour to wind down.
So what are some of the benefits and perks that you have been able to experience with baking cakes?
Extra cash.
Of course.
Extra cash. Networking. I actually have a judge in my city that she loves my red velvet cheesecake. She will come see me if I'm at a vendor event for a red velvet cheesecake. The last time I did a vendor event in December, she was like, "Oh, I come see the lady with the red velvet cheesecake." Yeah. Like, got a judge in my pocket. All right, judge. I mean, she ordered from me as well too, so not just the vendor events. And I love it because the people that I don't know and I've met them through my business, like they are very active on my page. They are very active at liking my posts, sharing, referring me, referring me out to their friends and family. So I love that.
Yeah, it got to be fun. I know when I got into photography, like I first started photography back in 2009. I was in South Korea. And one of my homeboys, Quentin, one of his homeboys was selling a camera and lenses, the whole pack and a bag for $500. I was like, yeah, I'm finna get that. And just started shooting. And now I've gotten to the point to where I'm done with photography.
Yeah.
But I just had a photo shoot yesterday.
Because that means you're not done. That is your gift.
Hey, it is, but it's like I'm trying to push. I got dreams, bigger dreams, bigger goals, and it's like I'm working to do that stuff, but I'm still getting nominated for the best photographer.
What does the word say? Your gifts will make room for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a lot of room too.
Don't put aside that gift, because I mean you've done my photos, and for somebody that don't like pictures, because after 2 I'm shutting down. Like you can't get a smile for 30, 40 minutes.
It was the children that I had. No.
August, they did pretty good. They were just all over the place.
Wasn't it August that was scared of going down by the water or something like that? He was like nervous of going by the water.
And I
over
can't
there on
remember.
That ledge. But yeah. So, being an entrepreneur, a single mother, if you could go back and I guess kind of like redo some things over as far as the entrepreneurial role, what are some things that you would change about your journey?
I wouldn't have given up so easily. Because the times that I did take a hiatus, it was about 4 years. And in that time, I could have been learning. I could have been perfecting my gift. I could have been more advanced than I am now. So I would have spent more time in my gift and not be lazy or defeated. I would say defeated.
Them some heavy words.
Defeated.
Yeah.
I was defeated. I got tired. I got tired of doing it. I got tired of standing over cakes. I got tired of wasting products. When you're an entrepreneur and you're doing it yourself, you're going to waste some money. You're going to waste product because most of the time when people do, like I'm self-taught. I didn't go to a class and, I just YouTube University.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to do it. Now TikTok. But you waste product. I mean, there has been times where I stood over a cake and cried and tossed it because I didn't know how to fix it. But now I can get to the point where I can take an icing off a cake if it's not looking right, and and redo it and fix it back up instead of tossing the cake. But
you fancy. Look, go ahead. It's a flex. It's a flex. Go ahead. It's a flex.
I try not to be wasteful. I try not. The last cake I did, it was a denim themed cake, and I tried the denim print that I wanted to try. I thought it was easier. It didn't work out because sometimes you make dark icings, it can bleed through, and your mouth be blue and stuff like that. So it didn't look right. So I had to take all that icing off the cake.
Man, give the folks at home, if you could, drop a couple gems on them. Like how, for somebody that's at the house and they want to do a nice little cake, something like, if they were to mess up with the icing, what's a way that they could correct that?
If your icing is too thin, too loose, it's running, add more powdered sugar or confectionery sugar. If it's too thick, you can add milk or whipping cream. I like whipping cream because it keeps it fluffs it up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And if they was to like,
and your cake has to be cool. Don't put icing on hot cake because if you put it's gonna just melt off and it won't stick. Your cake won't hold.
Is putting the cake in the freezer for a couple? Is that a thing?
Yes, it is a thing. When I bake my cakes, I will bake a cake the day before I'm ready to icing. Icing has to be my last day of working on a cake. So I'll take my cakes out the pan, let it cool off, maybe 5-6 minutes, and while it's still kind of warm, I'll wrap it in some saran wrap so the moisture can lock in. And then I put it in the refrigerator.
She dropping them on y'all. Come on now. She dropping them on y'all.
I learned that myself, so the moisture can stay locked in, and just keep it in the refrigerator until the next day when you get ready to icing. Then I make my icing, make it thick enough to where it'll hold the cake, but not where runny, where when you start putting the layers on, and then the top layer starts sliding or leaning, because a lot of these cakes now are tall cakes. They're tall, round cakes. So, I put a coat on around. Once I got my cake stacked, my layers stacked, I put a layer of, which is called your crumb coat. It locks all the crumbs into the icing. So you just do a thin layer of icing around the cake, and you freeze it for like 5 minutes. And then when you take it out, you'll put another layer, and your crumbs are stuck on the first layer and frozen, so it won't get on your second layer. And then you just, once you get it all layered up, and how thick you want your icing to be, or if you're doing multiple colors, or you got it to where you got your solid color to do a design, that's it.
What is the longest you've ever worked on a cake, or I guess an order?
I don't know. My mind is terrible. I can't remember nothing. Vendor events usually take me a couple days. A single order, maybe a day or two, depending. I do have a wedding coming up. Which reminds me, I do have a wedding coming up, and we're gonna have black icing. I hate black icing. I know it's cute. I know the cakes are sexy and it's cute, but I hate black icing.
Is it gonna be some gold in it or something?
She's gonna have some stuff in it. Yeah, it's gonna be. But my girl, she likes Halloween stuff. So it's almost an Halloween thing.
Gotcha.
Almost.
Gotcha.
But black icing takes days to make. It is rough making. So let's say her wedding's on a Saturday, I'll probably start making the icing on Tuesday, because it takes, you have to let the icing, the black soak into the icing days over time. So. And
is it just food coloring that you use?
No.
It's not.
It's not called food coloring. It's called.
I don't know.
It's called gel coloring.
Gel coloring.
Gel coloring. It's a gel. It's not liquid. It's not like liquid that you get food coloring, because it's too thin.
Gotcha.
Yes. So yes, I do use gel coloring that you Wilton. I don't like Wilton because it has a bad taste. Wilton does. I've learned that as a baker. I use Sunny Bakery from Hobby Lobby. But yes.
I got you. So learning flavor palettes, like learning different flavors, what flavors go with what, like how did you get put on to learning to blend flavors and stuff to make one good product?
Trial and error, I guess, or just trying things. One thing that I did try was a strawberry lemonade cake or cupcake.
Ooh. That sounds good.
It is. What I did was just make strawberry cake and put lemon icing with some lemon zest into it. And that was a strawberry lemonade. I didn't too much blend it in the cake or blend it in the icing. I made it separate. But once you bite into it, you can taste it's strawberry lemonade.
You're going to have to hook me up with one of them now. You're going to have to hook me up with one of them now. Hey, she about to make my fat side come out. Hey, hook me up. You feel me?
I might have to hook you up. I actually had a strawberry cake to make this week.
So, marketing. How do you get your product out? Like, what's your techniques?
I'm terrible, and you always fuss at me because you need to take pictures. And I had bought a little ring light and a little backdrop.
Yeah.
Just but after I'm done with the cake and I have my finished product, I'm ready to put it up, put it in a box, and go to sleep. But I try to snap a couple pictures, and I've gotten lazy. But the pictures I do take, they may not be professional, but I do post them. But my marketing usually come by word of mouth. I can say right now, with the flow of business I have is good because I still work full time.
Yeah.
So
and where do you work full time?
I work at U.S. Bank full time.
So you bank and you
bake. The baking banker.
The baking banker. Hey, that's catchy. That's catchy. So, how did you get into banking? Did you go to school for that?
I did not. I went to school for history because I wanted to teach history.
Okay.
But I worked at a hospital years ago, and at the time, my supervisor, she made life horrible, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So to get away from that, I went into finance, and I went into a lending company, and that was back in 2012, and moved here, and a bank hired me. I don't even remember filling out the application. They called me for an interview. Yeah. Jesus, that you? Because I really don't even remember applying for them. But because I was moving here and I'm new, I probably applied for so many jobs. I just don't even remember. But yeah.
Got you.
That's how I got into it. That's one thing that fell into my lap. That was not my plan.
What, banking wasn't your plan?
Banking wasn't my plan. Finance wasn't my plan.
What was your plan?
I wanted to teach.
Teach what?
History. I got a history degree.
Why won't you teach still?
Because they ain't paying enough right now. They are not going to pay me what I'm making. So, but I would love to, when I retire or if something happens to where, I'm no longer a banker, I will go into the school system because I will go in secondary education because I like the older kids. I feel like I can relate to them. Mm-hmm. I did sub briefly before I moved here. And the high school were my babies. Even now, some still reach out to me. Some still message me. They are my babies. Now, the little kids I can't do because they like little ants.
Don't be letting them little high school boys, hey, Miss Amber.
No.
Hey, Miss Ellis.
I had one used to call me Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie.
Miss Ellie.
Yeah, but I loved it. They're good kids.
Yeah, I can imagine. I wouldn't teach in today's climate. Whatsoever.
I would, and I think you should too because you can.
No.
You can relate. I mean, they would listen to you because you're not so far removed, like in age, where like our parents were.
Yeah.
Because it's true. We are the adults now, and Lord have mercy.
Ooh, imagine that.
I don't know how much adulting we're doing.
Amber, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay.
No, I'm 37.
I know what that means.
I'm 37. I'm proud of my age.
You 37 though?
I'm 37.
For real?
I'll be 38 this
year. She
year.
don't look a day over 36.
No, I don't. People don't even believe I have a 16-year-old. I love it though.
If y'all want my sister, y'all got to come through me. I'm taking the applications for her. But
you got to love the Lord.
You got to love the Lord. So let's get into that conversation. My sister just spoke, and guess what? I'm going to throw a clip right now.
But the devil comes to weaken us with ungodly thoughts. I gave a few examples, but here's some more. Temptation, fear, rejection, doubt, anger, unforgiveness, worry, desires of the flesh, our finances, sickness, anxiety, stress, a negative mindset, our feelings, and confusion. Anything that the enemy that places in our mind that's ungodly is causing our armor to get weak. Why would you do that?
I love it.
Why would you do that?
I'm telling you. Come on now. This sis. I'm proud of you, sis.
Thank you.
Man. How was that? Take me through that experience. Like, how did you get up there?
But let's start from the beginning. Way as a young child. No. So I always knew that ministry was in me, and I always knew God's plan for me, that I was going to be on a platform like that. but if anybody knows me or what I used to be, I don't like attention. I don't like public speaking. I don't like it. But of course, moving here, having a great church family, my pastor and first lady, they pushed me. They, and I always say I'm obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So, you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it out of obedience. But it was so funny because a few months ago, Bishop was like, you got your sermon ready? I need you to start working on a sermon. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? It's going to be like 6 months to a year. He just started preparing me. So I'm good. But I found a sermon that I put in my phone. And I put it in my phone maybe last year, and I said, "Oh, this would be a good sermon." And it was "Keep Your Guard Up." And I started looking at it, it's like how the Holy Spirit works, because Bishop had been talking about suited up.
Yeah.
So me, my big mouth, I told him. He was like, "Oh, so you got next?" No, he's like, "Okay, I got this." He said, "I got this Sunday, next Sunday, and you got after me." I said, "Bishop, that's 3 Sundays from now." He's like, "Yeah." Bishop, again, that's 3 Sundays from now. So, I just asked the Lord to just to use me. I never want to mishandle God's word. I never want to be in a position to where I'm putting what Amber thinking, how Amber feel, because again, like, you can mess up somebody like that. It's detrimental when you're putting your own personal feelings and giving out God's word. So, going up, even that morning, everybody wants to pray for me. I appreciate the prayers, y'all. I appreciate the prayers. Everybody wants to hug on me. And of course, because I don't take this moment lightly, I'm getting emotional. My family comes in. But I didn't do a food fast, but I fasted 3 days from TV because I could find a good series and binge it. Food ain't my problem because I diet all the time, but it's TV. So I did do a TV fast, and I just asked God to decrease me and to increase in me and allow the Holy Spirit to move. I studied. I went from 3 pages to 5 pages, but when I got up, and like I said, I knew that I didn't want to do it because I don't like getting up in front of people. Yeah. And that morning I woke up, I'm telling you, my guts was, they weren't cooperating with me. And the closer I got to church, then I felt like I was getting nauseous. But
stomach was straight hot dog water. Just burling.
During intercessory prayer, I just prayed, and I put my notes on the altar, and I just told God to take, I'm walking in boldness. Take the anxiety, take the fear. What you want me to speak out to the people, allow it to flow freely. Because I'll tell anybody, I'm like Moses. These words will get tongue tied, may not come out. The country and getchiness may come out.
Moses was a killer. Who you done killed?
No, I do not. I do not. But when he told the Lord that he couldn't speak correctly, that's me.
I got you.
But so when I got up there, it's so funny because when I got up, like, my knees will get weak. I guess. Okay. My knees will get weak, but when I got up there and once the words started coming out, like, I was just flowing.
I know, you were going too.
It was just flowing. Like,
I'm sitting back there on the camera looking. I was like, look at her go.
I asked my sister, I said, how long have I been up there? She was like, 30 minutes. I was like, I feel like I was up there 10.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't want me to speak because y'all kept hollering, and I heard you come from behind them drums. Come on, sis. So we're going to jump right into the word. Now, y'all want me to preach this word, or y'all want me to sit up here and cry? I'm like, shut up, Xavier. I just want to get through this word.
I'll tell you. Hey, tell the folks something now. Tell the folks something, because I was happy for you.
Yes, but you weren't the only, like, I spoke about it in my sermon, like having friends that can pray for you and that you can have fun with.
I'm a little jelly you ain't called my name out, but it was all right.
Don't do that. You know what? Somebody, I knew somebody. I said somebody gonna get upset.
Oh man.
You know, exactly. I had to back off Xavier because you know you're married now. So I try to, you know.
Yeah. Hey, but that's what happens when a man loves his wife. I want everything to go right in my marriage. So I'm like, look, be best friends with her. We still besties though.
Yeah, and I love sister.
Yeah,
you know, but you know,
like,
I respect boundaries. You know, I'm not the friend that get jealous because my friends got, you know, boos and stuff. Because Talisha got her boo now. You know, I'm happy for. I told her last night. I said, tell him I said thank you for sharing some time with me. But I do like.
How was it?
Let me tell you something. I was ready to leave at 8:30. I'm like, look, time to go now. This artist, which is Talisha's sister-in-law, that we found out is her boo's sister-in-law. She's singing out in Nashville. Her name is Shay Nicole. I downloaded 2 songs from her. You know, she was talking some real stuff because I can't say what she was saying.
Shay Nicole, I think I have her on my IG.
But yeah, I downloaded 2 songs from her.
She cold?
I like her.
Yeah?
I like her. You know, she was just talking about going against love, and I'm with that.
Well, go ahead and take us into our next subject. Love. It is love making. So I would say it's baffling for me to know who you are, but to see the situation. How long have you been single?
Since 2018. Terrible. Oh Lord, terrible.
Carried up one.
You know, I've dated in between, but yeah.
I never understood though. Like I know
why nobody don't want nobody like me.
No.
Oh.
It's not even that. But me being on the outside looking in, so you could only see her situation with 2 sets of eyes. Now the fleshly eye, it'll have you confused. The spiritual eye, it makes sense. Sometimes you don't know why it's taking so long, but you got to, like, I know that it's a special somebody, not just anybody, but a special somebody. And this type of fella here, he's just not an overnight curate. You know what I mean? Like this man, he's been brewing for a while.
I always told the Lord that my husband had to be someone who operates in ministry. We were going to be in ministry together. Ain't no Amber going to church and he's staying home. Ain't none of that.
Yeah.
You know, we when you see him, you gonna see me. When you see me, you gonna see him. We are operating together.
Now, Amber, you a strong woman.
You know what?
Now, this is a conversation between me and my sister here. Amber, you're a strong woman. And I know submission is a strength. A lot of females look at submission as a weakness, but submission is a strength. Like, from a woman's perspective, what are your outlooks on a woman being submissive to a husband?
Submitting is not a problem, especially for me being a strong woman. But if I'm submitting to my husband, give me a reason to submit to you. I got to know that you can take the lead. I'm not submitting to somebody that can't take no lead.
Come on.
Like paying bills. Like if you want me to back up, take the back seat, and you pay the bills, the water better not get cut off. Let me tell you that. Ever. Because the first time it's over. You might be out. But no, I don't have. I would love to submit. I would love to, hold on. I would love to pass the baton. You know, because when I say submit, I don't want to think nobody can say they can tell me what to do, because you ain't gonna tell me what to do. But
y'all ain't. I promise
you ain't gonna boss me.
I promise you ain't.
I think logically. So if it makes sense, you know, I'll follow. But you know, I don't.
And plus, I'm in her corner.
But I don't mind submitting to my husband, because I know that he can lead. And I know that he's not going to lead me down a wrong path. So, no, that's not a problem. Now, I'm not just submitting to, you know, Joe. So. Yeah.
So, how has this journey been as a single mother and like still following along, living a righteous life, but still being a single black woman that's not ugly? Like, y'all can see, my sister, she ain't no ugly chick now. She pressure. But how, I'm sure they in your inbox.
Yeah, but they don't want that. They don't want, you could tell when someone want something, when someone don't, but they don't want nothing. Dating has become, people have become lazy when dating now, because you got these TikTok and Instagram models and all that. You know, people don't want to work for a relationship no more, or they've become having sex.
Yeah.
That's a relationship. You know, no, that doesn't, it takes more than that to be in a relationship.
Facts.
Nobody wants to work for it, but when we're giving it up, or when the women are giving it up, then that's the easy part. So they got you. But when it comes to someone like me who has standard, who has boundaries, being a single mom, don't think I'm just going to drop everything to go on a date. Yeah. I'm a planner. Like, I need to know what time we're going to do, because I need to know where my kids going to be. Yeah. Do I need to have babysitters or like that? I have to set aside time.
A real man going to say, just bring them along.
Where you at? Okay, so... but it's been hard, because sometimes it gets lonely. It does. It gets really lonely. But then when I think about like a lot of the mess and stuff I see in relationships and people, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm glad I'm single, because I don't know if I can deal with some of the stuff that these women and men go through right now, because it's rough out here in these streets, you know. The cheating, and nobody's honest and truthful.
The dating pool got pee in it.
Oh, it's got more than pee. And then of course I don't want just anybody around my children. I'm raising young men, and I need a man that is going to young men who don't have their fathers in their life. So I need a man who don't mind stepping up, and who will step up.
So how has that been as a mother raising young men?
It's rough, because I have you.
Yeah.
You know, I have a couple people here, a couple men here that will step up and be the man in their life, because mama can't do it alone. There's a lot of things mama can't teach them, and even when I do try to have conversations with Aiden, because he's 16. Yeah, Mom, you can't. Man, bruh, why you? No, like, son.
That's that, bruh.
Yeah, you can't say that. Yeah. But you know, because he look at me as mom, he think that I can't relate, and I understand that. So you know, and I always told him, because I'm very open with my children. Well, Aiden, August is not there yet, but I told him when he gets to that point and he's ready, that he has people he can talk to about sex. And I said, you got Xavier, you got Emmanuel, pick one. Yeah. Call him, talk to him.
Yeah. So, and I'm telling you, that is the power of having a village. I know we get caught up into no new friends, and we don't want to. Them
friends you have then stab you in the back too.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, it's very important. It's a episode that I want to cover too, because like when I had Reese, it was, I don't know, I was so nervous. I was just so scared. But then what I did was I went on Facebook and just asked, hey, give a newborn dad some advice. and you can tell the difference between a woman's advice and a man's advice. Women, they will tell you, you know, oh, well, make sure you got this and make sure you do this and take care of mom and do all of this and stuff like this. But the dads, they were telling you more stuff like, man, be there, allow, you know what I mean? It was more of structural love, you know what I mean? And that was one thing that I really realized the difference. You know, everybody's love is needed. Everybody's love is different, but it's necessary. You know what I mean? And I know with me, I know Aiden got Emmanuel too, but I'm much different from Emmanuel.
Because I have to tell him, hey, you want me to call? Like, I'll call Xavier.
Hey, you could call, because me, I'm prime military. So we finna sweat this thing. Hey, we finna sweat this thing on out. You feel me? But you could call somebody that and that's why you need to have that village, because certain times call for certain measures. You know, you call. I might not be the one to call in every situation. Cause me, it's go time with me, baby.
Right. You know,
it's go time.
I like that. Sometimes I let Emmanuel be the first choice, but if it's something that's constantly happening, all right, it's time to call Xavier. Cause
Let's go.
Because
I'm a disciplinarian, because my daddy, he always kind of had that thing on me. You hear me? So growing up, and my daddy, he wasn't too strict. He wasn't strict at all, really, but he made sure I didn't get out of line. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just having that discipline and that structure growing up, and then going to the military. So standards, you know, like I know people call it old fashioned for yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no. Hey,
you know, these kids these days, they some new kids, because I'm old fashioned too. I do try to give my kids a little room to at least talk to me, you know, in a respectful manner, and always tell them that. But my mom ain't leave no room for us to talk. It was what she said, and that's it. And we had something to say. What you say? Get hit in the mouth. But but these new kids, they wouldn't have survived with us.
No.
Everything is abuse. It is not.
I'm telling you, new kids, any child that's born, I say after 2010.
I'll give you a little bit before. Maybe.
Because I'm looking at my kids too.
Well, Aiden was 2008.
Oh, Jesus.
I would give you maybe 03, 05.
You know what I mean? But it's just, but you know what? I kind of feel like I know why that is, right? Because you can go on any kind of social media platform and you can find any viral story about a parent that's doing something for their child that's different than how they was brought up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I remember one video where a girl, she was talking about, you know, when me and my daughter go in the store, oh, baby, you get whatever you want. You ain't got to look at me and tell. And that was just because growing up, her mama always told her, when we get in here, don't ask for nothing. Mm-hmm. Don't look at nothing. Don't touch nothing. You know what I mean? But see, now it's like, now I have to be that yes parent almost, because, and I know y'all calm down. I know it's not being a yes parent, but it's just like, now we're super lenient to our kids, just because we were. Yeah,
a lot of people do that. A lot of parents don't want their kids to struggle like they did, but giving them some responsibilities is not necessarily struggling. Making them work for something is not struggling, but they become successful adults. They'll know how to work for something instead of begging for something or thinking something's going to fall in their lap and somebody's going to rescue them, because that's not how life is. You know, I tell my son all the time, I was like, baby, you know, this life as an adult, I wish I can go back to washing dishes.
I'm telling you.
I wish I can go back to just going to school, coming home, doing my chores, and taking the meat out.
Bills are of the devil.
What?
I say bills are of the devil.
And I mean, they come like clockwork. But, you know, I guess because a lot of us parents now, we don't want our kids to struggle, or we don't want them to have to work hard. But we're really taking life skills away from them.
Really, we are. Really, we are. Simply because it's like the type of stuff that I happened to go through as a kid, I grew up good. Like, I'm not one that's in trouble with the law, and I'm not one that's just whatever. Like, I have a career. I have wife. I have kids. I have family. Like, I feel like I've done good, and I credit that to my parents. Why would I change up that structure for my kids and hope to get the same result?
Right. I seen somebody post on Facebook a while back. They was like, you wake your kids up on Saturday mornings, they want to sleep in too. Let me tell you something.
Man.
Veronica used to get us up. It ain't your birthday. Get up. Let's get the cleaning. Don't think you clean the night before, because she pulling stuff out the closet. And I was 16 cutting grass. I'm a girl. I was cutting grass, push lawnmower. But, you know, even my kids now, they know. We may not do it every Saturday because I do want to sleep, but they know when I get up and I get that coffee machine going and that music get to going, they already know.
I could only imagine there's two different kinds of music that either you finna hear Lauryn Hill or Naomi Rain. It ain't no telling. It's just how you wake up. It's just one of them days.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that. Or we call him Jireh.
They know. They know.
Just smelling like incense and bleach.
Yesterday morning, I got up, and my kids are not even with me. You know, one at Job Corps, the other one in Alabama with my dad. But I got up myself. 37-year-old, ain't got no kids at home right now, and I played my gospel. Well, I tried to start off with R&B, but it wasn't working, so I had to get over into the praise and worship. Yeah. And I'm telling you, got a Band-Aid on now because I done cleaned so vigorously. I got a blister.
I wasn't going to say anything about this little rainbow around her thumb.
You look ain't rain my fan. You heard me popping in church today.
Y'all, let me tell y'all about this girl.
But bitch had said something that was real good, though.
So I'm sure y'all... Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can find the one of that. No, leave it there. Leave it there. The lady up there, while she's skating.
Yep. I should have taken to the concert last night, too. I was like, dang, I should have had that. Bop, bop.
Where did that come from? Like, I remember my mama, she used to have the little plastic ones back in the day, you know, little black, sit up there and
So I went to the Pride Fest in Nashville. That's because I went on we vendored. My job had a vendor table, and I was volunteer hours. So... I don't care what you think. I love everybody. It ain't for me to judge.
And God does too.
It ain't for me.
I love everybody too.
It ain't for me to judge. You know.
I ain't gonna go front. No. Because for real, like, matter of fact, I have one of my friends coming.
But
you know him too. I ain't gonna say his name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went as for work as a vendor, and they had fans. Everyone were fans. So one of my coworkers, she was like, she had one. I was like, oh, I need one. But I didn't go the next day. So she got one for me because, you know, and I like it. And then I had ended up ordering me another one so I could take it to church because I can't take a rainbow fan to church.
We cannot go anywhere with this girl without any rap.
I did it today. Bishop said, you know, you just can't play with God's children because, you know, God to get them way better than that's right, Bishop. I didn't try to do it. I was just gonna
It was just a reflex, huh?
Well, I was trying not to do it, just like kind of, but it's like you can't help it, because once the fan opened up, and it opened up like maybe 4 little things, little sticks, and it's like, I was like, ugh. And I didn't even know nobody heard it. I knew y'all heard it, but
this girl
clearly
right
they
here.
heard across the church too. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Man, so single and saved.
Single and saved.
Single and saved.
I have to be before the Lord. I had to.
How do you cope? Like that,
I cry.
that I don't care what nobody say. Look, if you need to cry, cry, but understand that crying is just a moment. Don't get stuck there.
Don't get stuck there.
You go through your moment and you get on the other side.
You know what? Being single, especially after my breakup in 2018, it was hard. Like, that was a terrible breakup, because we were planning a life together. We spent so much time together. You spent time around my kids. Like, we were used to you. And they got married on me. They got married on me, and it tore me up. I mean, they tore me up so bad. Like, I was losing weight. My hair was falling out, thinning out. One of my coworkers asked my friend, "What's wrong with Amber?" Like it was bad. It was bad.
Crack.
I would sit in front of the mirror and ugly cry. Say, Lord, why? But coming out, I had to pray and ask God to take that from me, and I really want you to let nobody get close enough to me like that anymore. Because now one wrong move, I'm gone. But I learned to date myself. A lot of people say, "Oh, you must be crazy to go out to eat by yourself or go to the movies." No. And now people always tell me, "Oh, you don't mind going by yourself?" I ain't got time to wait on nobody. I'll go to a concert by myself. I'll go to dinner by myself. I went to New Orleans by myself. Nobody believed me, but I was there by myself. And you
probably had a little sneaky link down there.
I did not. I was by myself, because I spent my coins on me.
I feel that.
And people worried about safety, and I'm like, well, they snatched me from Walmart. But anyway, so now, it gets lonely. It does, because I do like to go out. I do like to get dressed up. I do like to go to concerts and stuff.
You be fly. You be fly. She be fly.
Yeah, I love to dress up. I love to throw on some heels and a dress. So
I would tell you to get up, but I don't want to chop your head off. But no.
Oh, no. I'm a tall girl, and I will put on my heels.
Does.
But
a lot.
Yes, but So I just I do have my lonely moments, and it's hard, and it's because I've had a moment with the Lord. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and just go out here and get whoever, and we do what we do. But then the Lord makes it to where I don't even like people. I don't even like nobody being in my company, or they do something to get on my nerves, and we can't even get that close. But I remember back in 2016, I had a coworker, and again, single. Mm-hmm. And I just told her, I told her I prayed to the Lord to just hide me until my husband found me.
How you gonna find you then?
Just hide me. But I only wanted my husband to see me. Okay. I only wanted my husband to see me. Well, and she said, I am covered. I'm covered. I dress modestly. But she said, Amber, that's the stupidest thing you could ever pray. Even when I try to have these friendships and these, date and stuff like that, they don't last long. The most recent friendship I had, I tried to hold back on to that one, and I double backed. And I was, whew.
Man. So I could only imagine like having to still be happy and smile out in front of people and still,
because I'm cute. Like, why would trust me, they looking
Always.
I even have some 80-year-olds that want to take care of me, but I got morals.
Come on, sugar daddy.
Right. They always ask me, you married? They're like, yeah, I don't even need anything. I just want company. Y'all, I'm saying, who, Lord, why you had to, why they couldn't come for me when I didn't have morals? Okay.
And I'm
I got morals now. I can't.
I mean,
I make sure you have a good hot meal and clean your house.
It's a couple of them little young black women that married them a nice 76-year-old man. They done got written in on the will.
Now, I don't discriminate in color, so ethnicity, you just gotta love the Lord.
Hey, and you gotta come through me. You pray in Jesus' name, but when you come through me,
he probably won't know. Cause
why you always hide your ends from me? Like, I'm not that bad.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. That
yes, you are. You are terrible. We be having get-togethers like, I can't invite nobody over here.
You can bring them around. You can bring them around. Just tell them. Just come shake my hand first.
Cause you this my sister right here and don't play about her.
I don't.
Stop. It's like,
and
stop.
I don't.
Stop sizing people up.
Hey, and I don't. You special. She's special.
You remember? Yeah, you finna have fun with this one. You remember? My
yeah. I surely do.
You hurt his feelings. Bless his heart.
I heard his feelings.
Yeah, cause you sized him up over the phone.
We ain't want him no way. If talking gets you soft, doggone, we ain't want you no way. Doggone, hey. I told you, real men around here, it ain't no boys that gonna come through here.
If somebody ever call me and I'm over here, I ain't answering. I wait.
And I'm secure in me. And if my secureness make you feel some type of way, we don't want you, G. Because you taking care of all of us.
Yeah, but I enjoy being single because my life is so busy right now.
I was not that dude. I could not be by myself.
I had to learn. I
tried. I really did. I tried. But you know what? I take that back. Because it got to a point to where I was cool. But instead of me being single and being like, okay, I'm happy being alone, it was more of everybody really getting on my nerves right now, so I just think I'm gonna be alone.
Yeah, and then if you don't have nothing taking up your time, then all you're doing is sitting at home by yourself, then that's a problem. Because I still have children. I bake. I play softball. I play volleyball.
Yeah. When are we going to a game again? Like, I've been waiting.
So I'm supposed to be playing
the doggone season done passed, didn't it?
I didn't play in Clarksville this year.
Okay.
Because it was taking too much of my time driving back and forth. But I do have a first responders tournament coming up next month.
Next month?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an all-day tournament. So
I love to go see my sister play softball. We be out there.
They do.
They
are my number one fans.
We be out there. I'm telling you. One of these days, they going to put her on the pricey field with the rich folks. Because right now, they got her in the back, too, with all of the poor folks that ain't got no real uniforms.
What? We got uniforms.
So when you come in with your little tie-dyed shirt or the paint splattered shirt on, and then...
That's because I played for other teams. Well,
ain't now team you had that you done played for on them back two fields, them jokers did not have no uniforms. Y'all came out there like the bench warmers.
When? One year we didn't order uniforms. But I got a gray uniform. I got the paint splatter. That was co-ed. That was a terrible co-ed team. Awful. We had 2 jerseys.
Yeah, I remember that's the one that the little short dude got mad at me because I was talking junk out there.
Not that one. It wasn't that one.
Oh, it wasn't that one?
It wasn't that team. It was
Okay.
another team. It was terrible. And I was like, I'd never play co-ed again because they were getting too aggressive. But now I do church league in Hopkinsville. So I play with the
Praise
Christians.
the Lord. You play.
I play with the
softball
Lord
with
children.
the Christians.
Yes, I do.
With God's folks.
Yes, but you know what? It's good to network, though.
It
I like
is.
it because if I get a ticket,
They got money out there too.
if I get a ticket, I know who to call. So,
Officer.
yeah.
So, Miss Amber, for any young lady that may see this video and that may hear this podcast, any young lady that may be a single mother, or they're trying to get into entrepreneurship, or they may be having issues with spirituality and faith, what's some advice? What's something that you could give them to just kind of keep with them?
I'm not gonna talk about entrepreneurship. I will talk about singleness and having a relationship with God. If you're single, and most young girls, we're just like medieval times. When you're born, you are groomed to be a wife, and that's what we cling to, and we cling to love. But if you're single, and if you're not in your 30s, enjoy your single life, because I didn't know who I was. I remember someone said, you really don't know who you are until you become into your late 30s. And I really did not know who Amber was until about a couple years ago. And I started to know what I like, what got on my nerves, what, my standards started going up. And so I wasn't going to accept anything. So enjoy your singleness, travel. I was a young mother. So of course, I had my son when I was 21. So all that fun stuff that you do in your 20s was cut short because I had that little baby carrying along with me. So, enjoy, travel, see the world, get your passport, and also be faith-based. Everything that you do, I'm telling you, when you start relying on the Lord and have a relationship with God, everything will fall in order in God's timing. That's one thing we don't understand is God's timing, because
Boy,
like I said,
hard time with that one.
when I always wanted to be married, but I said if I would have married at a young age, I probably have been already divorced, because I know Amber, and I'm the different Amber than I was when 10 years ago.
Thank you,
I have
Jesus.
changed.
Thank you, Jesus, for your deliverance.
I mean, my patience, my understanding, I think I have a lot more patience now, especially when it comes to relationship understanding, because you a one and done. I'm a one and done. You ain't gonna keep slapping me. I ain't turning no cheeks. But I do.
The Bible tell you to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus, for forgiveness.
The Bible do tell you to turn cheeks. But and of course, like he said, I'm a strong woman, and usually my relationships, I was I guess you can say the one that wore the pants, the one that ruled, and that's not how it's supposed to be. So, I've learned that I can take a back seat, but it's only to someone that can lead. So enjoy your life if you're single. Single moms, keep your head up. Keep your head. It'll get better. I promise you, it will get better. Because I'm telling you, there's been many nights I've cried and prayed and cried. Lord, I literally talked to the Lord, Lord, you said, let's get it. I need to see it because I ain't seeing it, But depend on the Lord. It does get better.
Definitely, man. I truly appreciate you for stopping by.
I enjoyed this, and I didn't think I would.
I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
No doubt. We'll see you getting you back on one of these days.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's time for you to get your own.
No. Y'all always trying to make me do stuff. I'm not a photographer. My thing is baking, okay?
No, I just need you to get your message out.
About what?
Everything. Your testimony.
My testimony, I'll tell you.
I'm telling you, her testimony alone can bring a lot of folks to Christ. It could change a lot of hearts and a lot of souls.
You know what? One thing my mom told me was, when she was here last, she says a lot of young girls that looking at you. They're looking at, how you carry yourself. They're following you. And it took me a while to learn that too, because I think I just learned that last year that, like, cause I just want to go to church.
Yeah.
I want to go to church, get my praise on, get my cry on, get on out of there. But no, and people start flocking to me, and I'm like, So yeah, I don't mind telling my testimony.
And I'm telling you, like, she don't know, but as a married man, I look up to her, and I always have looked up to her, because somehow it just seems like she was way more sensible than I was.
Well, why at the time when I was giving you advice, you was like, you'll be hearing me.
Hey, that's just me, all right? When I'm in my feelings, I'm in my feelings. And I'm telling you, that's something to have with you right there. If you want to be in your feelings, be in your feelings. Don't get stuck in your feelings. Mm-hmm. If you are a person that normally gets stuck in your feelings, have you somebody in your corner that can help yank you out of there. She used to tell me, I remember all the time, she used to tell me, don't waddle. Don't just sit there and just waddling and just having this whole woe is me pity party, because it's comfortable.
It is comfortable, and it's easy. It's easy
Yes.
to cry. It's easy to throw a tantrum. You used to call me like 2 a.m, pray and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. She done seen me at this point, and she done seen me at this point.
And I love it now. I love who you are now. It's like, I'm telling you, I saw it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she walked into an empty house. Ain't had no pictures on the wall, no nothing.
House is echoing.
You walk in there, we got seats.
And when you got married, when I told you that you were gonna marry Tequila. I told you, cause when she cleaned your house while you was in the cruise, I said, that's your wife.
That's my boo. I
said, that's. He was like, yeah, that's her.
And I'm telling you, she is actually one of the ones, because there was 2 people, but one of the ones that gave me a key, I'm talking about key point of advice. Do not let your type keep you single. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. It was like when I first met my wife, at that point, at the time that I was in, I was scared, because I was just kind of off of a previous situation. But it was like looking at her physically at that time in those immature eyes, I was like, nah, she ain't that black out. You know what I mean? Because that was my type, man. Honestly, I don't even like super skinny females like that no more.
But she gave you what you needed. She cared for you, man. I'm telling you, she cleaned your house. She made sure you were taken care of. Like, if it was me, I probably walked off, because I could feel energy, and I'm just like, he don't like me, so let me go on. But she stuck around, and she.
Yeah, because I'm for real. I'm gonna tell y'all the story. If I haven't, I don't know if me and her did our podcast by the time y'all heard this, but it had got to a point where I prayed. I was like, God, send me somebody else. I'm for real. Like, I just didn't. But she told me, she was like, do not let your. And then the other person, she asked me. She was like, well, do she give you peace? Does she bring you peace? And I was like, you know what? She does. Mm-hmm. She really do. And I'm telling you, that's my boo thing. That's my boo thing. My baby mama. That's my baby mama. So, if y'all haven't caught on to by now, you know what I mean, make sure you have somebody that's in your corner. If you know that you can be irrational sometimes,
I can too.
But
it's been a long time.
You was rational in my irrational moments.
And I think had irrational moments.
I don't think you had as many as I did.
Have I had it? I'm trying to figure out.
I know I just make sure that you more staying on track. That's my main thing. I just want you staying on track. For me, you knew I was going off track.
Yeah.
You know, I was gone, baby. You know, but have you somebody that's in your corner that can pull you back, that really knows you, that takes the time to know you, because that's me. I don't call everybody friend. It's hard for me to call somebody friend. I'll call you my brother or sister before I call you my friend.
When y'all asked me to be Peyton's godmother, I knew y'all loved me.
Yo, you know what? I gotta show that. I have to show that clip. You know what? Here you go.
Why you filming me?
She just told me to. I don't know.
Oh, I'm so. Why is this? Open it, then you'll know. I'm afraid. Why you doing this to me? I can't see it. Open it. Oh my
This young lady right here, just about as dramatic. Oh my God, I want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. No, I'm not going to look. You know, but she love her some Reese cup. One of these days, I'm going to catch her tail out there on that
couch sleep.
couch, knocked out.
Carisi put me to sleep.
Why you got to blame that on my child?
We're at peace. That's our bonding moment. We bond like that.
Both of y'all are just sleepy heads.
That's fine, because I take my Sunday naps.
Well, family, I appreciate y'all for stopping by once again to YoungMinded, the podcast. I am your host, Xavier Young. Y'all have a good week, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.